But you're confused yourself. You're confused. Read it. Hey, look what he's saying. You're jumping from one scripture.
Isaiah 28:9.
You read it before that.
Exactly.
So we want people to know that how people are bugged out and they don't know what they're talking about because they smoke too much weed.
That's right.
And they need to stop smoking that weed because it's an entity. It's a demon, man.
It puts the spirit.
All right, and then worshiping the Cushite instead of worshiping Yahweh. Because what they do is like it's identity theft.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I'm saying? They're taking our culture and they're making them us. How you gonna bring me a Cushite and tell him that he's a conquering lion when he's not from the tribe of Judah? All right? Then you're gonna bring a book to tell me that he's from the line of Solomon. But if he was from the line of Solomon, the Bible would have spoken about it because the Bible never lied. Everything that David and his son did, good and bad, is recorded in his Bible.
That's right.
All right,
the good, the
so
bad, and the ugly,
that's confusion, man.
Right.
But we have to carry on that.
That's right.
For the sake of
and one of all things, and he shall put a yoke of iron upon thy neck, until he have destroyed thee.
So the brother is telling me that that we didn't go to slavery, we're in prison. What's the difference? What's prison?
All right, let me.
Can you break down?
Break down what prison is. So in America they have a constitution. This country doesn't have one, but in America they have one, and they have a 13th Amendment. And the 13th Amendment to the Constitution of the United States of America states that slavery and involuntary servitude is abolished unless a person is duly convicted of a crime and is placed in prison. So what the 13th Amendment did is change the institute of slavery from private ownership of what we would call slave owners or colonies. It turned it into a government enterprise, because when you get arrested, you're something of the state, like a ward of the state. So now you are a possession of the state, and you are literally a slave according to the 13th Amendment of the US Constitution. Yeah? So slavery is equivalent to being in prison. And by the way, our people in prison, when I say our people, I'm talking about the Latinos, I'm talking about the Native Americans, the indigenous Aborigines, and the group that we call Black or Negroes, which consists of the Southern Kingdom that live in America, also the West African people that were brought to America. Those people collectively comprise 70 to 80% of the entire prison population in the United States of America. So what that actually means is that there's more people in slavery, i.e. they're in prison, in America right now, than there actually was during slavery days, which is from 1865 go back. So actually slavery still exists, but it's just in a different form or in a different pattern, but it still exists.
You have to read, now that you say that, read Deuteronomy 28 and 68.
Yep. Right, so this is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28 and verse 68. And it reads, and the Lord, Yahweh, shall bring thee into Egypt.
Break it down as you go, break it down. Because the word is so, see, repetition in the word is key. Doesn't matter if they know about it, we have to always explain it. Always explain it. Carry on, my brother.
Right. And the Lord Yahweh, He is, He exists, He creates, He mows, shall bring thee, Yasha Allah, the group of people I just mentioned before, into Egypt. So Egypt in Paleo Hebrew is Matazaria. Matazaria means from rocks or of rocks. It literally means that, but it's interpreted as being in a narrow strait, being compressed between a rock and a hard place. The name Egypt literally means that. It literally means bondage, but we'll go further on to explain. So, and the Lord Yahweh shall bring thee into Egypt again, so which means it happened before, with ships. So the first time when we went into Egypt, we walked into Egypt, And when we went into Egypt, we lived there for a period of time, and we became a great nation. And then we became oppressed, and then we became enslaved. And then the Most High did a fantastic work through His Son, Yahweh Shai, and led us out of Egypt.
No,
right?
Slavery or prison.
That's the first time.
It's an extension
Yes.
of slavery.
That's right.
We're going to prove that. Go to
That's
Isaiah
right.
42 and 22.
Isaiah 42 and 22.
Too much weed is not. Weed is not even good for our people. They don't understand that. When I used to smoke weed, I knew that. Sometimes I was speaking, even my ex, she was like, "Yo, man, you need to stop because it's like you're all over the place." Weed messes you up, man. It messes up from the inside out.
That's right.
Bible telling us we're jumping from one step to but that's what the Bible tells us
That's
to
actually
do.
a good thing. That's Isaiah
Come
28,
on, man.
9 to 11. So this is the book of Isaiah, chapter 42 and verse 22. But this is a people robbed and spoiled. They are, all of them.
I want you to break that down. Break that down.
Right.
You know, take
Right,
your time
so-
and explain.
so
the
this is the
brother
book
brought
of-
a point that he doesn't even understand what he's talking about. When he say we didn't go to slavery, we went to prison. He doesn't understand what slavery is. He doesn't know why that happened. He doesn't know what it would do for us. He doesn't even know the purpose. I always say to people, the reason why the Most High make us go into that prison, slavery, prison, captivity, is for us to appreciate righteousness once we're in the kingdom.
That's right.
Because they don't understand the Most High like that. But I want you to break that down.
Right, so this is the book of Isaiah, chapter 42 and verse 24. And this is a people. So straight off, when it says this is a people, the scriptures identifies his people as Yasha Allah, right? Which is broken down into the northern kingdom, which is also known as Israel, which the chief tribe is Ephraim, and the southern kingdom, which is also known as Judah or Judea, which is broken down as the head tribe being Judah, and then Benjamin and Levi. So collectively, when it says this is a people, it's referring to that people. So this book, to be quite honest with you, is totally referring to that particular group of people. So that particular group of people, Yasha Allah, Israel, this is a people robbed and spoiled. So to rob a person, in order to rob a person, there's different techniques that you could use. So you could use guile, which is deceptive means.
Which they did.
You could use physical strength, meaning that you physically overpower that person. Or you can use threat of death, threat of, some sort of vile punishment to induce monies out of you. That's a form of extortion. So when you say robbery or robbed, you're referring to these mechanisms, right? Spoiled, now spoiled is even deeper than robbed, because a person could rob you, but you can still have some integrity left. In other words, he could steal all the money on you, but you could have $1 million in the bank, right? He could break in your house and clear out all your furniture, but then you've got an insurance policy, and then you get back everything you lost, but brand new. So you're robbed, but you're not spoiled. Yeah. To be spoiled is to be
bring it up, my brother.
Be robbed. So your resources are removed,
I love what you're saying. I feel for
right? And also, you have no means of regaining or reconnecting.
People don't understand how blind. They want to smoke weed all day and come and tell us that we don't know what we're talking about. Like, come on, man. People, they need to stop it.
Yep. So people robbed and spoiled. There's a reason. Every word that's written in the scriptures is there for a reason. So the reason why it has robbed and spoiled, it doesn't just have robbed. It doesn't just have spoiled.
Oh, that's a very good point.
It's got the both of them.
People think that your Bible is just a book. They don't respect this Bible, man.
No.
They don't respect this thing. This Bible is just like the tool that the pastor used every Sunday,
right,
or the tool that Edom used to enslave us.
Right.
They don't even understand that
right,
this is Yahweh literature. Yahweh thought.
That's right.
When he's sitting down and he's writing just for fun,
that's
and he's
right,
thinking about the word, about his people.
That's right.
And the thing that was going to come, like he said, I write,
playing on tables.
No. You're that. But he said, I write the beginning.
Yeah, the end from the beginning.
I write the end from the beginning. When he said that's literature. But Yahweh is not just a talker. Like us, we just talk in hope that the Most High we act upon our word, the word that we release and we prophesy. But Yahweh, he's a writer, but he's a doer as well. So this is Yahweh literature, this is the depth. Like he said, when Yahweh used it, what's the two word again?
Robbed.
When he
and
said robbed and spoiled, he knows why he put this word in. And he made sure that the spirit was on the people who translated it in the King James.
Exactly.
I don't know about them other names,
but the King James,
but that version, he was there when they were doing
that's
that.
Right.
Whether you want to believe it
or not, that's a fact. And then it goes on to say, they, meaning the people which we've defined as the collective Israel dispersed, or Yasha'Allah, all of them collectively, are all of them snared in holes.
All of them snared in what?
Right, snared in holes. So to be snared is to be caught, to be trapped. But just how I defined robbery or being robbed, and I defined a different mechanism, to be snared, there's different mechanism. So let me explain one mechanism of a snare. If you ever go to some of the circuses, you will see lions, or you might see elephants, and an elephant would stand up like this.
To go deep into that one.
Right, so the reason why the elephants stand up like that is because when they got the baby elephant, when it was a baby, they put chains and mangles on the elephant to such an extent that the elephant knew that it cannot step further than a certain distance because the chain will restrict it, right? So you train that elephant to such an extent that when you remove those shackles, it will not step further than that, right? So the first part of a snare, which also happened to Yasha'Allah, was they were physically yoked up and chained up and restricted from doing whatever they wanted to do. But eventually, when they were totally destroyed, you can now remove these shackles or remove the yokes, and mentally you're imprisoned. So the two mechanisms is physical and mental.
That's right.
Yeah?
That's right. That's right. That's
so the
right.
physically and mentally and in whole, a whole also is a representative in a sense of bondage. Because when you're in a hole or in a ditch, you're actually in a tight space, and your movements is restricted.
And that's the reason why.
And your vision is restricted.
That's deep, because it's the reason why you can't even reason with Jake sometimes, because
we saw it.
The physical represents the mental.
That's right.
That's why they're so narrow when it comes to thinking. They have a narrow way of
what they call a tunnel vision.
The thought pattern is very basic. It's very basic, man. Jake has been reduced to low. He was put in the lowest state, man.
Kings, you see the crown?
Man, yes.
Yeah. And also, it just came to me now as brother was speaking about holes. Also, what a hole is a condition. So a hole is actually lower than the base level. So in the scriptures, it uses symbology. So when it says to the dirt or to the ground,
say the word again. It uses
symbology.
People have to understand the Bible, man. The Bible is a school, man.
That's right.
It's a school. It's not just something that you get on. It's a school.
Right. So when it says to the ground, or she sat on the ground, or I'll put you on the ground, that means that I'll put you to the lowest level.
Yeah. And that's what happened to these women. So like Isaiah 3:25, he said he was going to make these women sit on the floor.
That's right.
And also, I believe, don't know, Isaiah something, is it 51?
That's
right. But when he said, go to Babylon, come and sit on the floor.
Right.
That's a miracle, man.
So two things just come to me as he said that, right? One, a Hebrewism of West Africa. So as you all know by now, I love Nollywood movie. And in Nollywood movie, it's actually a curse for a woman to sit on the ground, or to let a private part sit on the ground. It curses the land. And I've seen a movie where a woman threatened to do that, to curse the land, and it would be barren. So that's number one.
That they would get naked as well.
Exactly.
They would do things.
Exactly.
That's how the cursing is.
Exactly.
A woman naked. Oh man, let's not even go there.
We're not going there.
When I do that, the woman nakedness is something. So to see our woman, that's why you have to be careful Man. And so women
powerful.
dresses.
It's powerful. It's powerful. And then the second bit,
bro, it's like it's too deep.
and then the second bit is, so in symbolic language, what you're actually saying is, these people will be placed lower than base level.
Right.
So if you're in a hole, you're actually lower than ground level. Right? So this is how deeply we're gonna be ensnared if we disobey the Most High. Right? And they are hidden prison houses. So this has to be explained too. So a prison house is not just the jail or the penitentiary that they lock you up in, right? This entire country and the whole of America, I believe too, was placed under house arrest.
You believe, no?
Yeah, well, definitely, yeah. It was through the Spirit. Entirely was under house arrest. So everybody was actually in a prison, because you could be under house arrest. That's still in prison.
Well, right now you're under arrest because
in a sense,
go to the next country, what do you have to do? You have to take the poison, or take the test.
Yeah.
And very soon they'll tell you if you don't have the poison, you can't go to cinema, you can't go to deep. That's the prison.
Right.
So you're not free.
Right. So why I'm saying that is because what I want people to understand is that prison, or even hell for that matter, is a state of existence.
Right.
It may not necessarily be a physical place, although it can be, but it's a state of existence. So if you're living on a planet where everybody's living surface level or higher, and you're living under the surface level, then you're in a prison.
And also,
you are snared.
And also, the reason why they put us in that condition is that now that they say that, remember, Deuteronomy 28 and 48 said he would take the yoke. By the time he took up the yoke, you're destroyed. But the reason why he didn't have to put the yoke anymore, the reason why they allow the slaves to go and free themselves, although they didn't free themselves, but they fought for it. They had entities, but the Most High did that because they were already destroyed. At that time, they didn't know who they were. So it was time for them now to roam around, but not knowing who they are. So brother think just because they can walk from one point to another point, they are free, which is not the case. Second, what it does is that it conditions you, like you say. That's the reason why when we talk about freedom now, when we act like kings, when we have that ruling class mentality, they don't want to follow us because they don't believe that can happen. They don't believe that just reading the word and prophesying can bring about or usher in the new kingdom. Because they're not in that seat. That's what it's like when someone is in prison for too long and he come out. He doesn't even know what to do.
He's conditioned. They call it institutionalized.
To the point where now he wanna do something to
go
get
back in. Because he doesn't feel as if.
And a lot of people are conditioned like that.
That's the spirit. That's what I was just about to say. Right. So you said it for me. So So after defining that, then the next bit of the scripture says, they are, we already know is Yasha Allah, are for a prey. So now let me explain what a prey is. A prey is the source of food or the source of income of another person or thing with greater power, strength, or guile. Right? So the thing that is being eaten or being snared up so that it coughs up wealth or energy, because energy is a form of wealth. The thing or the entity or the person that's doing that, they have power over the prey to do it. The prey doesn't have power over the predator. It goes the other way around. So when the lion sees its prey, wherever the prey is, has no power whatsoever to stop the lion. Whatsoever. So they're defenseless. So when the scripture says they are for a prey, that means that they have no defenses. They are defenseless. They have no power or no ability to stop or to use their own power to get themselves out of that situation. That's what it is.
Yeah, but
they're powerless.
You know, like a prisoner don't have the ability.
That's right.
All right, to get himself out of
that situation. That's right.
It would take that's what it says. The last part of Isaiah 28 and 68. it says that, and no one shall buy you back.
No one
right?
shall redeem you. Yeah.
No one shall redeem you.
This says that here too.
Okay.
This says that here.
Bring it out.
Yeah. So after the prayer, I've explained the prayer, and none delivereth.
Right.
So to deliver is the same concept as to redeem or to buy back. So the concept in Israel was, if you got yourself into a debt, like for instance, like if I owed my brother, we're commanded to pay back. So if I can't pay him back,
pay back with no interest.
Yeah, no interest. Yeah,
So
I'm not talking about interest. I'm just talking about pay back
the
the
bank
money.
system, that's Amalek.
Yeah, no, I'm talking about us.
No, I'm saying it like just for edification.
For edification, yeah. But us. So let's say I borrowed money from him. I couldn't pay it back, right? I'm commanded to pay it back. That's actually a commandment. So then I pay it back with my labor, right?
Yeah.
So I work it off. Which that's where Amalek got that concept. When you go to a restaurant and you can't pay, they make you wash the dishes. So literally you pay it back, right?
Even down to, when people die and they cordon off the area.
Yeah.
They took it from Mercy. That's what the Levi used to do.
That's right.
So I want to know now, even the cutlery, the way we sell things, so I want to know what didn't we bring to them? Like,
no, everything.
Jacob is the former of all things, right?
Yeah,
Carrie, I just want to make that point.
Yeah, so non-deliverer. So what this is actually saying is that there is nobody, including our own selves, that we can rely on to get us out of certain situations. So that I'm not saying that I can't rely on my ark or he can't rely on me, but there's certain situations we have to rely on.
Of salvation, we have to rely on Yahweh, Hashem, Yahushai,
and that's the point. We have to rely on him, we have to depend on him, we have to put our trust in him, right? But what this is saying is that none will deliver us, and then the last bit of the scripture is for a spoil. So a spoil is actually like a kind of like a prey, but worse, right? Because when you're spoiled, there's no coming back. So I'm going to use this analogy. It's a bit graphic, but I'm going to use it. If a woman is ravaged, right, by 10 guys, right, there's no coming back there. I'm not saying that the woman is still not virtuous or whatever, because it may not be her fault. She was ravaged. But the point is, there's certain things that happen. There's no coming back.
Yeah, no. If a woman even a woman that got raped, listen, I know a situation
psychologically,
the woman got raped twice.
Yeah.
My brother, it's not something that's easy.
That's what I'm trying to tell you.
This is some deep-rooted situation.
Exactly.
I have to let that go because it's like, man,
I've been.
It's a situation, man. It's a real situation.
Yeah.
Because the mental condition that creates. There's a girl when we were young. She got taken by some anaconda.
Bro.
The first time she took it was anaconda. The woman couldn't have one. She was always into sandwiches. So she needed many anaconda to please listen. It's carry on, my brother.
Yeah, so it's that's spoiled. So the reason why I use that analogy, although it's very graphic, is because I want to show Yashala the degraded state that our people are in because of our lack of obedience, our sin, right? And then the last bit of the scripture is, and none saith. So this was illustrated by the brother here with his inability to interact with us and understand what we were saying. And none saith restore. So saying restore is basically coming back to the scripture I read earlier for the sister. Ecclesiastes 12 is the last two scriptures in Ecclesiastes 12. Let me just get it. Because I don't know it off by heart. I know where to find it, but I don't know it off by heart. Ecclesiastes 12, 13 and 14 too, but 13. Ecclesiastes 12 and 13. Let us hear the conclusion of the whole matter. Fear God, Yahweh power, and keep his commandments. Right. For this is the whole duty of man. So none saith restore, because the way we restore ourselves is by doing exactly what that scripture just said. To fear our power, and you get the fear through reading this book. Because when you start to read the Bible, and you start to really understand who Yahweh is, the terrible power, Al-Ashadiya.
That's right. let's get back to something, yeah?
Yeah.
Let's start with something like 2 Peter 3. 2 Peter 3.
Yeah.
What manners of person you ought to be? Let me see. 2 Peter 3 and 11.
3 and 11, yeah? Right. This is the book. I'm in First Peter, that's what I can find out. 2 Peter 3 and 11.
No, 2 Peter 3 and 11.
Yeah, I'm there now. Yeah. So this is the book of 2 Peter, chapter 3, and verse 11.
So you break it down. I'll give you a verse, a precept, you break it down.
Verse 11. Seeing then that all these things shall be dissolved. So basically, seeing, that's prophesying or foreseeing, that's in the future. It's a future
Right
text.
now we see that all these things will be dissolved, man, like the destruction and everything.
Everything is vanity.
So the Bible, the Most High, Peter is telling us what manner of person you ought to be, meaning your conversation needs to be in heaven, man. You need to change your ways, you need to be more serious.
Your focus, your mind,
needs to change.
your heart.
Don't be too much, don't be in the affairs of the world.
The world, yeah, worldly. Yeah. Like the outfit, man.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Appreciate that.
Yeah.
If you don't have a woman, don't try and look for a woman. Yeah? Like, there's no point right now, to be honest with you. Unless she's in the truth. If she's not in the truth, there's no point, man. This is our woman now, man. But now you're a man, so you need it. You need your rod to be wet. But that's when the fasting comes in.
That's right.
Paul, I'm sure, was doing a lot of fasting because
fasting is a physical
is powerful,
thing,
man.
and it's a spiritual thing too.
Yeah, so let's go to Sirach 39 and 1. Sirach 39 and 1. Let's see what it says.
So this is the book of Sirach, chapter 39 and verse 1. And it reads, But he that giveth his mind to the law of the Most High,
that giveth his mind to the law of Yahweh,
and mind also means heart too.
yeah.
So he that giveth his mind and his heart
yeah,
to the law of the Most High, and is occupied
and is occupied
in the meditation thereof.
in the meditation thereof, meaning like you focusing on the word and focusing on the work, focusing on the law, focusing on this path, focusing on the truth. Carry on.
Will seek out the wisdom of all the ancient.
All right. You seek out the wisdom of all the ancient, and the ancient wisdom. Some brothers don't talk about that, but I don't think they want it 100%. Because that ancient vibration is severe, man.
Wow.
All right, that ancient vibration is severe. It's really hardcore. But the most is that's why I asked the brother. He said that the Rasta guy said, "Who are we?" He said, "We Hebrews." I said, "What is required of us?"
That's right.
There's something that is required of us in the truth, man. Especially in these times. Carry on.
Will seek out the wisdom of all the ancient,
The law, the vibration, the way of doing,
yeah,
the way of being.
That's right.
Right? Separating yourself from this worldly
That's right.
vibration and
That's
energy.
right. That's right.
So the word comes with energy. Your friend in the word comes with energy.
That's
the
right.
woman in the word comes with energy. Because all she's going to give me is sex. I want more than that.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying?
That's right.
I want more. Right now, I need a woman that's in the truth. I need a rather that. I need a rather that chick. You know that song?
That's
me
right.
and my girlfriend.
That's
all
right.
I need in this life for sin
is me and my girlfriend. Look for me.
down the ride to the bloody end. It's me and my girlfriend. Look for me. Hey,
Right.
I need that. If you're not
That's right.
with that spirit, I'm not interested, man. Right? Yeah, carry on. The last part.
And be occupied
And be occupied
in prophecy.
in prophecy. So you should be, look, you should be, your spirit needs to be in the prophecies, man.
That's
and
right.
what is prophecy? The poison, the charagma,
Yep.
the war that's about to come,
Yeah.
the destruction that's about to come,
Yeah.
the carnage that's about to take place. You know, the Isaiah 33 and 6, the Isaiah 59 and 9,
Yeah.
59 and 19. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Just to be in that spirit, man.
Yeah.
Getting ready for what's coming. It's not easy when you think about it, but that's why we have to fast. Alright? Let's carry on, man. Number 29 and 7. Number 29 and 7. Numbers 29 and 7.
So this is the book of Numbers, chapter 29 and verse 7. And it reads, 29 he said, yeah?
29 and 7.
Yeah. And ye shall have on the 10th day
And you shall have on the 10th day
of this 7th month,
of the 7th month, which is the 19th, I believe sundown,
yep, an holy convocation.
and holy convocation, man. Yeah.
And ye shall afflict your souls, ye shall not do any work therein.
You should have picked us so with fasting, man.
That's right.
So the Most High is telling us to fast. Alright? Very important for us to fast, man. Because when you fast, that's when your spirit grows. That's when you're able to break all of these, you know,
The residual sin.
the flesh.
The flesh.
Because
Yeah.
right now in this kingdom, we're in the flesh, man. So this kingdom is a carnal kingdom. So for you to be above everyone else, you gotta practice a lifestyle of fasting, man.
And by the way, we brought this out earlier. In this kingdom, we're not even at the bottom. We're below the
We're
bottom.
below,
That's
man.
why it says we're in a hole. We're not even on ground level. We're down in a hole.
Hey, guess what?
That's deep.
The Most High wants us to rise.
That's right.
And we can only rise through spiritual means. And since we're in the chain of darkness, the only way to deal with that matter is through fasting.
That's right.
So really we have no choice, man. And every one of those that don't want to fast, bro,
Shall be thrust through.
it's going to be difficult. Fasting is a very difficult,
That's
challenging
right.
thing.
That's
There's a
right.
reason why it's difficult.
That's right.
Because it's the process of rising up, and the process of rising up is never easy.
Yep.
Because this system you can eat every hour if you want. I mean, this
Yeah,
kingdom.
you literally can, yeah.
All right.
You literally can.
You got anything to bring? You can carry it if you don't have anything to bring.
There's something I'm looking for, but I can't find it offhand. So yeah, let's carry on.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's carry on.
Now go to Proverbs 1.
Proverbs 1.
Because we're giving you the how to survive. You know what I'm saying?
The survival manual.
Survival, man.
Survival
How
man.
the prophet of
That's right.
gonna survive.
That's right.
You know?
Yeah. Proverbs 1 and
Proverbs 1 start at
there's so
1,
many
start
there.
3.
Gems. Start 3, yeah?
No. Proverbs 1 start at 1, isn't it?
Okay. So this is the book of
yeah, 3 to 4, 3 to 4.
yeah. So this is the book of Proverbs, chapter 1, starting at 3 to 4.
Yeah.
Verse 3. To receive the instruction
Right?
of wisdom,
Right.
justice,
Right.
and judgment,
Right.
and equity.
Right.
Verse 4. To give subtlety to the simple, and the young man
Give
knowledge
subtlety to the simple.
and discretion.
And that subtlety is not a it's not Esau's subtlety.
No,
That subtlety
it's a
is
just,
wisdom.
it's a just subtlety.
Alright, it's a way to maneuver in this jungle where you avoid certain traps.
That's right.
Alright? So be more in the word. Learn how, how people dealt with things. How David dealt with things. How Moses dealt
Study
with
our
things.
elders, our
Study our
ancients.
elders. That's why I said the ancient. We read it earlier.
That's right.
Our ancient, man. We have to go down to the ancient path, man. And we need to get rid of that worldly mentality, bro. That worldly mentality ain't gonna get us nowhere. Probably gonna have to leave the like me. I don't have friends outside of this truth. I don't have friends. I have brothers, to be honest.
That's right. That's
If
right.
you're with me, you're my brother.
That's
You're not
right.
my friend.
That's right.
Or these friends think the friend they become. When they're my brother, you're gonna understand me. If you're my friend, you can always betray me. So I don't bring that friend energy on me. That's what it takes for us to make it out of this place, man. This is serious stuff. This friendly friend. I'm not a friendly guy, man. But I'm a loving guy, though.
Yes, I can affirm that. That's true.
But I'm not a friendly guy. Because friendly, they always
Friendly
get
put you to sleep. Yeah.
Always, but
Yeah.
everybody has this thing. Some people, like, they have the friend in that, good friend in the word. If you feel that they're good, if they ain't gonna sell you out when the time comes, amen to that.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? But
right.
when it comes to that time, boy, it's gonna be serious.
I know you're gonna be peed.
It's gonna be serious. Okay, yeah, now go to subtlety, wisdom. You need,
Yes.
you need
Yes.
to learn how to have
Yes.
wisdom, man. You know how to maneuver in that. Alright?
Okay.
Now go to first, bring it out, my brother.
Yeah, so I just want to add with the wisdom and the subtlety. So it's in Proverbs chapter 1, but it's verse 20, 21, and 22.
Good.
So it's linking to what we're talking about.
That's
So
right.
verse 20, wisdom crieth without. She
Wisdom
uttereth,
crying without, man.
she uttereth her voice in the streets.
She uttereth a voice in the
In the
street.
street. 21.
That's wisdom right there,
That's
man.
right.
When we preach out of this word, we're giving you wisdom about.
That's right.
People don't love wisdom, man. But in that day, you will look for wisdom, but it'll be too late. It will be too late, man. Your money ain't gonna help you.
No.
Your status ain't gonna help you. All right, your riches ain't gonna help you.
No.
Your car, your house ain't gonna help you, man. Good job, my brother.
Verse 21. She crieth in the chief place of concourse.
She crieth in the chief place of concord, meaning like
Where we
everywhere
are.
there's a lot of activity right
That's
now
right.
where we are, man.
Where we are.
That's why she crieth. But if you only stop when you so in a rush, you know what I mean?
In the openings of the gates in the city, she uttereth her word, saying,
Hello.
and this is the point right now, verse 22. How long, ye
Ah ouais,
simple ones?
Je suis à la prédication là, je te rappelle plus tard. Allô? Ah ouais? Ouais, je prête lundi maintenant. Je prête lundi aussi. On t'appelle, on t'appelle.
C'est là que
C'est là qu'il y a
Yeah, yeah.
one of my, you know,
Yeah, it was
From,
important report. So this is the book of Proverbs, chapter 1 and verse 22. How long, ye simple ones?
how long he's simple one, because our people are very simple, man. Our people just want to be, they just want to live like.
The brother that came earlier
He was a
demonstrated.
very simple brother.
Yeah, yeah.
All emotion, see. And often again, you have to
so
come out. You have to come.
effeminate, man.
You have to
So
come out of the
emotional.
emotion, man. Even me, sometimes I get myself in emotion.
Yeah, I do sometimes, I have to say.
You know, we have to come out.
But
of,
we have to conquer
come
our
out of
ego,
these. We have to conquer our emotions.
That's
man.
right.
How men are too emotional, man. We don't. We like overgrown boys.
Yeah, absolutely.
Overgrown boys, man.
Absolutely.
We very the way we deal with things. Even in this truth, the Most High is calling us out of that, man.
That's right.
He said, "Gird up the
Gird up
loin
thy
like
loins
men."
like men, yeah.
Carry on, my brother.
Verse 22. How long, ye simple ones, will ye love simplicity?
Right.
And the scorners delight in their scorners. And this is the point here. And fools hate knowledge.
Right. They ain't knowledge, man. This
They
guy,
don't want it.
he didn't even want to know
Nah, he
anything
didn't
about
wanna
knowledge.
know. He said, close the book. Why are you reading from the book?
Right, now, let's go to tactics, another tactics. 1 Samuel 21 and 5. You know, a little tactic. Well, it's not a little, but, you know, that's one tactic, man.
That's right.
In this truth, a lot of brothers are going to have to go through that, man. It's going to be a sexless life.
So this is the book of...
You're going to do a lot of sex in the kingdom anyway. What's wrong with you?
Yeah, because we have to repopulate in it, so yeah. You have to repopulate the 2/3 in it.
So right now, if you go through a sexless life, don't complain. I know a lot of brothers, including me.
Yeah.
I'm living a sexless life right now.
moment, yeah.
Although there's always something on the side, you know, that I can present, but I'm like, no, man. Bro, we're gonna have to change our ways. You know what I mean? Bring that out.
So this
bring
is
that
1 Samuel chapter 21 and 7, you said?
out. Yep.
This-
No, 5.
Salaki Israel. 5. This is 1 Samuel chapter 21 and verse 5. And it reads, And David, the Wada, answered the priest and said unto him, Of a truth, women have been kept from us about these 3 days.
That's right.
Since I came out, and the vessels of the young men
Right.
are holy, and the bread is in a manner common.
Right.
Yea, though it were sanctified this day in the vessel.
Right, so that's how David used to move, man.
That's right.
When he went to war, when he
That's
went to
right.
serious matter,
That's right.
he made sure that he didn't have sex.
Lock that
And
off,
we need to practice that as well. Because
Self-restraint.
seed retention is powerful, man. It makes you power. You know what I'm saying? Yes.
Yes, man.
Power. Listen to the wisdom, man. All right, so now let's move to sexless. Or how do you say it?
Sexless.
A sexless life is not always bad because you regenerate
Regenerate
yourself.
yourself.
All
Which
right.
part in the Bible
You rejuvenate yourself as well.
At the moment, we're not reading anything. At the moment.
King Selassie, people.
Yeah, but we're gonna-
No. Let's don't even go to peace last year, man. Because we had one.
Well, listen, we are all God's children.
Yeah, but Selassie is not the son of God.
Who is the son of?
He's a Cushite.
No,
He's an Ethiopian.
no.
Brother, bring
If
again
the
the
son-
same thing. I
his
love
son-
it. Bring
listen,
again. Let's go to
he's
war.
the son
Bring
Solomon.
Revelation.
Listen, is Solomon's
Hold on.
son?
No.
Is
Never.
Solomon's son?
Never.
And Queen of Sheba.
Never.
You lost.
Never.
You lost.
Can you bring the?
see?
Okay.
Don't lead the people astray. The
Revelation
leading
5 and
people
5,
astray.
man.
Revelation what?
Revelation 5 and 5.
I and I.
Read.
So this is-
I and I.
I'm not
This is
intimidated, man.
Rastafari.
This is the
Intimidated,
book
man.
I tell you about
You
that.
didn't realize
You're not
it.
reading the Bible.
of Revelation.
You ascribe on the
read it.
fucking
Read
chapter
it.
5 and verse 5.
Pharisees.
Hold on. Come.
Fire
Hold your
burn.
peace. Hold your
Burn
peace.
you.
Read that thing, man.
Read
You
what?
can't burn me.
I'm
You
ready
can
to
never
run
burn
that.
me.
And one of the
Read that.
elders
Where?
saith unto me,
Right.
Queen of
weep
Sheba
not.
and King Solomon.
No.
son.
Behold
It's a lie.
the lion of
It's
the
a lie.
tribe of Judah.
The
Who
lion.
is the lion
Just
of
listen.
Judah?
Okay, listen to
King
this.
Selassie.
No.
Who?
No.
Root
Not you.
of David.
Hold on.
Who of
The
David?
root of David, yes.
Then the David supposed.
Can you wait?
King Solomon supposed to call David father. Shut up. King Solomon.
Y'all lost and
to call David
stop smoking
father.
weed, man. Because you're destroyed.
King Solomon to call
And that's the problem with our people, man. Stop smoking weed, man. It destroys you.
weed.
Yes.
From King Solomon.
No.
Ganja.
King Solomon went
King
astray.
Solomon, shut up.
King Solomon went astray.
Shut up. Lassie.
Smoking weed is an abomination, man. All right? The Bible says that your temple, your body is the temple of God. And you smoking weed, man. Shame on you niggas,
Find in
man.
your temple, brother.
Shame on you niggas, man. Bring that out, man.
This is the book of
Bring
Revelation.
Revelation 5 and 5
Chapter
again.
5 and verse
He's
5.
bucked down, man. With all of you, you know.
And one of the elders saith unto me,
Right.
weep not. Behold the lion of
Behold
the
the
tribe
lion of the tribe of
Judah.
Judah, right. So
The
now,
root of
the
David.
root of David is not Haile Selassie, because Haile Selassie is an Ethiopian, it's not from Judah. Go to Hebrews 7 and 14, man. You're lost, you're destroyed. Stop smoking the weed, man.
This is the book
Stop
of
smoking the
Hebrews,
weed.
chapter 7
All right, it's messing
and
you up.
verse 14. For it is evident that our
For it is
Lord,
evident that our Lord
sprang out of Judah.
sprung out of Judah. So Yahweh, who the world called Jesus, is the lion of the tribe of Judah,
That's
not
right.
Haile Selassie.
That's right.
Haile Selassie is an Ethiopian, is a
That's
Cushite.
That's
All
right.
right? You lot are bugged out
That's right.
and lost. And stop smoking the weed, because weed is not good for you, man. Let's bring it out. Hey, carry on with the prophet thing, man.
Yeah. So let's get back to what we was doing.
You're wasting your time.
Yeah, exactly.
You're wasting
Yeah.
your
Exactly.
time.
No, but I have to let him know.
No, you're wasting your time. Look at you and look at him.
Exactly. Go to 1 Samuel.
Yes.
1 Samuel 21 and 7, man.
Right.
How people are something else, man. Always smoking weed. But you're gonna see when the destruction comes. I wanna see how strong you are. When the most I kill you here, I wanna see how strong you are, man. Talking about burn me. You can't burn me. You can never burn me, man. These people make me laugh.
So
you're
this-
gonna know who the real warrior are when the time comes.
That's
Right
right.
now we're just cool, man.
That's
When
right.
the time comes, you will see who the real warrior are, man. Because you don't think you're a warrior, but you're not. The most I will show you who the real. Right now we're just preaching the word. Wait until the spiritual power come on us. We're gonna put you to death. But if you come to me, I'm a serious brother, man. I'm letting you know that. I'm letting you know. I'm letting you know that now. I'm nothing to be played with, man. Bring that out.
This is 1 Samuel chapter 21 and verse 5. And David answered the priest and said unto him,
Right.
of a truth, woman have been kept from us
That's 7, isn't it? No, bring 7.
Oh, bring 7.
21
Salakia
and 7.
Israel. This is the book of 1 Samuel chapter 21 and verse 7. Now a certain man of the servants of Saul, who was a Benjamin from the tribe of Benjamin, was there that day, detained before the Lord, before Yahweh, and his name was Doeg. And Edomite, I see Doeg, I'm thinking dog. So that's the spirit, because I see Doeg, I'm thinking Kalab.
Kalab, man.
I'm thinking Kalab.
Hey, that's Kalab. You see?
Kalab,
and that's one thing.
It was a
That's
Kalab.
one thing our people need to understand, man. You see, energy is a very important thing, man.
That's right.
Saul had a different energy, and he wondered why it was going off all the time. He wondered why he wasn't even able to keep. I'm telling you what, he had an emotional attachment with Esau.
Yeah.
That's why when he was time to
that's why he couldn't terminate Ahab. Yeah, he did.
And a lot of our people, that's where they're going. That's where they're going to fall. The emotional connection and attachment that they have with their enemies. All right. So you got a Baghdad guy that loved the Ethiopian so much that he cannot acknowledge that Haile Selassie is not a Judah. He's an Ethiopian. Talking about, oh, he's Solomon's son. The Kebranagas is a book of lies. All right. Like I say again, the Bible always told us
Jewish fables.
Yeah, Jewish fable. The Most High showed us through the Spirit that when David fell, when David sinned, it was written. When Solomon went up, it was written. If Solomon did sex, Queen Sheba, it would have been written. We would have known about it, man.
I've got precept for it.
Exactly. Bring it on, my brother.
Yeah, so this is a precept for the brother. So this is the book of Proverbs, chapter 16 and verse 5. Everyone that is proud in heart is an abomination to the Lord Yahweh.
All right, so that, because you see, when I see you holding the Bible and you got a garment on, that thing that you cannot get on that level of presence. And I want that to stop, man. I want all prophets to show to these goonies that we are more than them.
Exactly.
So we got spiritual power on them. And also we warrior naturally anyway, but we decided the Most High chose us for that. And I don't want a fool to come and think that he can disrespect us in that. We love you, brothers, but when you come here, don't come and shout and treat us like shit. But it's gonna go down, man. It's gonna go down in a major way that day. Right now, we're just like dogs that are,
on the leash.
We're on the leash, man.
Yeah.
When the Most High released us, you ain't got chance. You ain't got a chance.
That's right.
You ain't got a chance, man.
And what he's speaking about was demonstrated in Mad Max 2.
Right.
If you ever watch Mad Max 2, you're gonna understand.
No, but they will understand in that day.
Yeah. Let me finish up the scripture.
Finish it.
Though hand join in hand,
right. So hand joining hand,
he shall not be unpunished.
He shall know what?
He shall not be unpunished.
Right, so all these people that are joining hand in hand, the loving of the other nations and all of those things, they will be destroyed, man. The Haile Selassie, the white Jesus, and so on and so forth, the weed smoking niggas, they're all going to be destroyed.
That's right.
Me and my brothers, we're not saying that we're perfect, but in fact, we try to get rid of our imperfections.
That's what
so when the time comes, the Most High will have mercy on us. They don't even know that even your righteousness is regarded as a filthy garment. Imagine a nigga that don't follow the law, that don't even try. The Most High gonna kill you in a second, man. But in that day, they will all know, like walking like, you see how they're walking, how they're proud, smoking weed and how they're proud, and the burn Babylon, burn you. That's all they know, man. But in that day, the Most High will show you who's what, man, and what's what, and what's real. Alright? Because you're living in a dream right now. You're living in a dream. Are you done with that?
Yeah, I'm done with the precept.
Alright, so now, go to 1 Samuel 21, 12 to 15. We're going to show you sometime. You got to be wise, man. You got to use, wisdom to deal with certain things.
That's a subtlety. That's a subtlety you was talking about.
Sometimes being tough all the time, it doesn't pay off. Niggas get killed being tough.
Easily.
So when you come and say Babylon, you might think that, oh, I can fight him. But when we start fighting, what if I put you down? What if I fight you? What if I'm able to put you down? What you gonna say now? But you saw me in the Bible, with the Bible and with the garment, and you're thinking that I'm a softie. You know what I'm saying? So you gotta be wise, man. Like me, I don't go like that. Like I'm a warrior. I go humble. Because you never know what the next man is capable of.
Because bearing in mind,
never underestimate your enemy.
Bearing in mind, our power as a man of war and the servants aren't greater than the master.
Bro,
so we too are men of war.
Hey,
Or training to be anyway.
It's not a big thing for me
It's
to get in my warrior energy.
It's
so
a spiritual
I just have to tap into it.
at the moment.
Yeah.
So it's from 12 to 15 here. This is the book of 1 Samuel chapter 21, verses 12 to 15. And it reads, verse 12. And David, Dawada, laid up these words in his heart,
Right.
and was sore afraid of Achish,
Right.
the king of Gath.
Yeah. So basically what happened is like they went somewhere and people were starting to notice him. Like, oh, that's David, man. That's that murderer, man.
That's
He's
right.
the one the women were singing about. David killed 10,000 and
Yeah,
Saul
Saul
killed
killed 1,000. Yep.
So they're like, yo. So he got scared for his life because he
Yeah.
thinking, yo, they're gonna come for me because I'm a threat anyway. Yeah, David was a threat everywhere he went. He was a
He
threat,
really
man.
was, yeah.
Yeah, carry on.
Verse 13. And he changed his behavior
And he
before
changed
them,
his behavior, yeah.
and feigned himself mad in
And
their
saying
hands.
himself mad, you see? So he was acting
Right.
like he was mad. He
Right.
was foaming from the mouth.
Right.
You know, yeah, he was doing that. So read that, you will see what happened.
And
Read
feigned
that.
himself mad in their hands, and scrabbled on the doors of the gate, and let his spittle fall down upon his bed.
Right. So he was acting like a fool. Like,
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
when I saw him, what did Amish do? What did Amish do? Read that.
Verse 14. Then said Achish unto his servants, Lo, you see the man is mad?
Right. So he's like, yo, can't you see the guy is mad?
The man's
so you
gone.
know, see, so sometimes in life you gotta play the humble game, man. Sometimes you have to know how to play the game to come out of situation. When the police come on you, they're gonna be tough that day. If the Most High put a spirit on you, you got spiritual power, you're about to kick him like
Exactly. That's right.
If
That's
it's not
right.
the case, just be slow with them.
That's right.
Just be like every time they used to come to my yard after I did
So
something.
be quick
like,
to answer.
when I change my way, and I'm like cool, like yo, this a guy.
You have to adapt.
Yes,
you have to be, as Bruce Lee said it, through the spirit, I think he may have been a Jake too. He said,
Come on,
be
he
like
was a Jake,
water.
man. Polo was a Jake. And he was a
Yeah,
because
Polo,
they
yeah,
come
that's
from
right.
a region that is known to have a strong Hebrew Israelite
Israelite,
culture there.
that's right.
And everything. So that's
right.
not.
That's right.
You just have to make some research
Through
on
the
the
spirit, yeah. I know Polo was a Jake,
Polo
yeah.
was a Jake. He was built like
Because his
like a
physique,
Jake.
when you see Polo, like,
Yeah, he
huh?
was built like a nigger.
Yeah, man.
And Bruce Lee had a swagger of a nigger.
That's right,
And his
that's right.
phenotype, when you look at his Chinese phenotype,
That's right.
you seen some nigger.
That's right.
Some,
That's
melancholy in
That's
there.
right. That's right. That's
All right?
right. He said, yeah. So getting back to the scripture now. You see this man is mad. Wherefore then have you brought him to me?
Exactly.
Verse 15. Have I need of a madman that you brought this fellow to play the madman in my presence?
That's right.
Shall this fellow come into my house?
Hey, man, hey, David was
No,
nothing
sir.
to be played with,
Yeah,
man.
man.
He was balanced. He was a balance. He knew how to play with the thing with wisdom. And that's what we're supposed to do. So that's tactic number 2, number
That's
3, or
right.
whatever. Now, let's look at tactic number 4, or 3, or 4, or 5. Sirach 27 and 12. You don't have much time, but it's all good.
So this is the book of Sirach, or Ecclesiastes, chapter 27 and verse 7, he said, yeah? Or 17? 7.
27 and 12.
Oh, sorry, Sirach Israel. 27 and 12. If thou be amongst the indiscreet, observe the time.
If thou be among the indiscreet, observe what?
The
What
time.
does it mean? It means that right now you're gonna have to be. Don't be too much among the non-circumcised, man. You know what I'm saying? Be brief. Sometimes it's good to talk to them about football, basketball. Show them that sometimes in your area, don't show them that you're a Hebrew Israelite.
That's right,
sometimes.
too tough, yeah.
Show them that you're a normal guy, but at the same time, knowing that energy jumped on people, don't stay too long with them. Talk to them, be cool,
That's
but
right.
don't hang
right.
with
That's
the
right.
with the uncircumcised
That's
heart,
right,
man.
that's right.
Don't hang with them. All right. Let's go to the next tactics.
Yeah,
So
can I
right
finish
now,
it?
oh,
Because it's-
Slacker, my
Oh
brother.
yeah, so no, because it's a beautiful
yeah,
bit
yeah,
there.
go on.
But be continually among men of understanding,
Right.
which is men in the truth.
So it's the men. So I rather have
Yeah.
I got Rahaban. I can talk sometimes.
That's right.
The only reason why I don't talk to brother because I work night. But me myself, I'm not a big talk on the phone.
That's right.
But we have good conversation. I got Abadaya.
That's
I
right.
got
Yasharala.
I got Mashat. I got Dana Allah. I got another brother. What's his name?
The one in
Shamai.
France.
I got the guy in France.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? I got brothers I can talk to. I even got the one that in Africa that I'm teaching them, but we can have conversations
That's
about
right.
life.
That's right. That's right.
What do I need a friend in the work for? I don't. These one, sometimes I talk to them quickly, but we don't have conversation. They kick me out of the group, bro. That's how bad it is. That's how I know that I don't belong there anymore, bro. That's just me, you know. But it's wise to stay away, balance it out. Don't be going sitting out with brothers. It's an energy, you always be caught. Listen, there's certain level you ain't gonna reach if you have too many, if you got the same brother from the word. We can have one or two that you deal with, but we all need them. We all need them, you know what I'm saying? But like what's his name? Solomon. He was dealing with Aram.
Exactly.
But he was dealing for something.
Exactly.
You know, you can do business with them, you can deal with it because of something, but don't go and sit down and, you know, vibe with them on the spiritual level.
Nah, ain't gonna work.
We're going to end up smoking weed. We're going to end up
That's exactly
doing
what's
some
gonna
silly
happen.
thing.
That's
We're gonna end up
exactly what will happen.
Oh, when you go over there, it's drink. You can't be drinking every day, man. I'm trying to cut that off. You can't be drinking every day. It puts you in the carnal.
Lower state.
Be careful, man. Be careful. You got a precept?
Nah.
All right. So let's go to Sirach 9 and 4. You're almost done.
Sirach's got a lot of wisdom in it, brother.
Hey, Sirach, man.
It really does.
Sirach, man. Sirach.
So this is the book of Sirach, chapter 9 and verse 4. And it reads, use not much the company of a woman that is a singer.
Woo!
That's deep. That's so deep.
You know what the word singer means? Enchantment.
It's a spell.
It's a spell, man.
Yep.
A lot of these women put spirit on you, bro.
Yep.
And also that woman is twofold. Talks about them other ways of thinking, them other doctrine, money, all of those things that entice people.
Right, so
Jezebel.
let me show you how deep this spirit is. So this person in particular, I'm not sure if she was singing, but I know she was dancing. So she was one of the Herods. She was his niece, I think, and it was his birthday.
Right.
And she did a dance for him on his birthday, entice him. So just imagine a niece enticing her uncle with a sexy dance.
To the point where,
He said, okay, you know what, you please me, what do you want? And she said, I want the head of John the Baptist.
But that's what happened. Look at these singers, this Beyonce,
Exactly.
this Rihanna. When Rihanna sings, man, but that work, that work coming some serious
Man, yo,
problems,
I know, right?
Man, I remember that I was doing one chick.
too.
That work, every time I listened to that, like, because I used to put that while we used so every time I listen, even to this day, when I listen to that,
There's a connection with the song and that, yeah, exactly.
Hey, don't play with these women, man. So you have to be careful. Basically, you have to be over them. If you're not stronger than them, leave them alone, because they're gonna take you somewhere else. Because women, they have a seducing spirit that is as powerful than men. A lot of men die because of women, you know. Fact. A lot of men got killed.
That is fact.
A lot of men got set up. A lot of men lost their wealth. A lot of them lost everything because of a woman. So you have to be careful,
That's
man.
one of the Nollywood movie clips I sent like about 2 weeks ago, with a woman, the way she reacted. So I'll just say briefly, a guy was driving with his missus, and another brother was crossing the road, and the guy that was driving, he most probably was saying something to his missus, so he didn't see him, so he almost ran him over.
Hold your thought, hold your thought, hold your thought. I'm going to change. Hold your thought. Yeah, hold it, hold it.
Yeah. Yeah, so basically, the guy was driving, almost ran over another brother, his girlfriend was in the side, so obviously, he jumped out the car to tell a guy, look, I'm sorry, it was my fault,
Right.
I wasn't looking where I was going. The guy was very upset because he
Right.
nearly ran him over,
Right.
But because the guy that was driving was humble and said, look, I'm sorry, the guy was calming down. The woman jumped out the car now and said, what? You talking to my man like this?
Exactly.
and inflame the whole situation.
Exactly. Put your feel on the fire.
Right, so now the guy wanted to hit the girl, so now the guy now said, what, that's my woman,
Exactly.
rare. So I'm just looking at how it's playing out and I'm saying, do you know that that woman actually could have caused these brothers to go to fight, go to war, or even somebody lose his life?
And that's what they do every day. Niggas get killed because of bitches. I'm saying it like it is.
They
I'm
turn it up.
sugarcoating
They
nothing.
always turn it up. You
I'm
don't
not
need to
sugarcoating
turn
nothing.
everything up.
Niggas get killed, set up, jacked up because of bitches, man. All right? So let's be real on that.
That's right.
So if the Most High puts you in a situation where you have no woman in this truth, don't see it as a weakness. See it as a blessing. Because the greatest man, Yahweh Shai, when he came and that step of saving us, or giving himself, he didn't have no woman. When Paul came around the scene, he didn't have no woman. Because women put an energy on you, man. They make you carnal. A lot of brothers cannot come in the truth because the woman tell, if you go there, if you wear this foolish garment, and you go and stand with them, I'm leaving you.
That's right.
And he's pussy whipped.
They give you that ultimatum.
A lot of men
And they have a way of doing it while they're doing it.
Oh yeah,
they
of
give you
course.
the ultimatum while they're
Oh
doing
yeah,
it.
of course, exactly. But then they say if you ever.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
I don't even want to go there. I don't know if you ever want to start speaking it for me. All right, go to Proverbs 2:16. And then verse 18 as well.
So this is the book of
So that's
Proverbs.
the tactics, man. Tactics to
chapter
survive
2 and verse 16
these trying times
and
we're
then
living
18.
in.
Verse 16. To deliver thee from the strange woman.
To deliver thee from the strange woman, man.
Right.
Strange woman, twofold, you know,
Could be the
and doctrines and all those
Could be the
doctrines,
false
Rastafari, you know. So that bug guy that came here, you know, smoking weed and in my face.
It's like
Two
spirit
bugged
of
out,
two,
man.
yeah.
Benjamin need to wake up,
Yeah.
man.
So that's the
Such
spirit
great
of two or
warriors
more
and then
witnesses.
acting like sissies.
So we are two witnesses that validated what we're saying. Because one
It
came and
means
then
as well
another
that
one
the most
came.
are going to destroy a lot of Benjamin because they're very stubborn people. They're very stubborn, man. Benjamin is very stubborn. Most are going to deal with them. Be careful. So you lot come from the house of soul. Right now, the soul is spiritual, but a lot of you Jamaican are naturally from the house of soul, man. So that alone, you have to be careful. When you Benjamin, tread carefully with Yahweh, man. Because you already got that thing against you.
You got that.
You gotta
that
be
X.
careful, man.
You got that X on your.
You got that X, you have to
the
go that
question
X, man.
mark. There's already a question mark.
You know what I'm saying? So you have to be careful. Be careful. Yeah, verse 18.
Right, verse 18. For her house inclineth unto death.
For a house, what?
Her house inclineth unto death.
That means her body,
Exactly
which is
right.
her house,
Exactly right.
all right, will take you to death. Meaning like when you enter it, that's death because it's so pleasurable, but yet it's death because most of the time they got men, and they got the men where the men will kill for them, man. Because the men are pussy whip.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? They are pussy because there's certain place in the woman altar. When you enter there, you're never the same. Yeah, there's certain place there. When you enter there, you're never the same. That's why sometimes when you enter certain place, the feeling is more stronger. You're like, oh, and then what? You have to be careful. But people think it's a joke. Sex is not a joke thing.
No.
Sex has been used to pussify people.
Yep.
I've been used to juju people.
Yep.
Some women that know what they're doing, they can juju you with the altar. Okay?
And on the left hand side, they use it as part of their ritual.
Oh,
so yeah, they use it as part of their ritual.
even when they can put the menstrual in the food.
Exactly. Yeah.
You be eating the soup. You be in Africa. When she put it, you
They call it sweat rice.
You pick up the whole pot. Like,
They call it sweat rice, man. Anytime you eat that, and in America they have it too. Anytime you eat that, you're gone, you know.
that's it, man.
You're gone, man.
That's it.
They take you somewhere you wouldn't want to go.
That's it.
And her paths unto the dead.
Yeah. So women are very dangerous.
That's right.
You know, they're very dangerous, man.
That's right.
And when they look like they're caring, sometimes is to trap you. When the
And the
woman
gift
cook
to
for
show is
you,
the heart.
She take care of you,
Yeah.
everything. Especially for us prophet, she's entrapping you, and she will say at some point, "Yo, come and live with me." Yo, me, I'm not living with you because it's a different actor. See, when you go and sleep on the woman's bed,
Exactly.
and she know what she's doing,
Exactly.
you are done for.
That's right.
So me, I don't. The Bible says, never give your strength to a woman.
To a woman. That's right.
Don't go and be sleeping naked every day. Hey, look at that guy. Look at that guy. That's what I'm saying about
The truth will set you free.
about Benjamin, man. Look,
Exactly.
look at. I can full look. Look at the nigga, man. Look at the nigga. Look at that nigga, bro. Yo, wake up, Israel, man, because it's gonna be too late. It's gonna be too late, mate. I'm telling you, it's gonna be too late.
Too late shall be the cry.
All right, so let's move on. Go to Sirach, 32 and 21. That's another tactic in these trying times. In these trying times, man, for an elect, a hopeful elect, and you know what I'm saying, for a Hebrew Israelite, man.
So this is the book of Sirach,
Yeah.
chapter 22, you said, or 32?
Sirach 32 and 21.
32 and
Let's see what
21.
it says.
Be not confident
Be not confident,
in a plain way.
meaning like, don't be happy-go-lucky.
Exactly.
See, our people, they're like going, oh, it's gonna be fine, we had the lockdown is over now.
Don't worry, be happy.
Everything's back to normal, but you don't even know what they're doing, behind closed doors. You don't even know that they're fighting you up for the slaughter, man. Alright? For all of you who took the poison, sooner or later you will find out, man.
Yeah.
You will find out. So you have to be circumspect. Okay? You have to move differently. Wherever you are, don't show up too much that you're a Hebrew Israelite. Be careful, man, because the same people, they've been watching you. So you mean to tell me no one is watching you? Someone is watching you. They have plants in the camps.
Yeah.
They have people around you that know who you are and watching your every move.
You've got people taking surveillance.
They're taking pictures, and that's why even like I stopped putting my pictures on my. I just put an avatar. I don't put my picture on no WhatsApp and that's it. You know what I'm saying? I want to keep it. I want to keep it private now, man. Even don't. I use WhatsApp status, but not a lot, because sometimes they've been reading your mind through that as well. Like you don't even know who's watching you, bro. So you have to be like a serpent, man. A serpent could be hiding in plain sight, in the grass. No one will know that it's there.
Because a serpent symbolizes many things. It symbolizes
Wisdom, bro.
Wisdom. It symbolizes judgment in a sense too. So that's why Dan, the symbol of Dan, is an adder thing, because it symbolizes judgment.
Yeah. Go to Sirach 21 and 15. Sirach 21 and 15.
Yep. 21 and 15. This is the book of Sirach, chapter 21 and verse 15.
Yo.
If a skillful man bear a wise word, he will commend it and add unto it. But as soon as one of no understanding heareth it, it displeaseth, so like Israel, it displeaseth him, and he casteth it behind his back.
So what you
That's
mean
deep.
is like, if you love the Lord, if you love the truth, everything the brother say, let's fast, let's do this, like, yo, let's go for it. But brother that I know they'll complain about, or they will say, oh, this and that. That means you're not with it. So fasting shouldn't be an issue. You know what I'm saying? It's hard, but it shouldn't be an issue.
Fasting is not an issue.
Being real shouldn't be an issue. So when the brothers start and finding certain skills in that, it means that there's something in the background that you need to be dealing with. So that's what it means. Go to Sirach 5 and 15. You should love the truth, man. You should love the truth is the truth, bro. When I came in this truth, whatever Ashton was telling me, that's what I was doing, bro. Because I know like the brother is telling me the truth.
Exactly.
Even was like, yo, bro, do this, do that.
Exactly.
Even if it's like my ego getting away, I'm like, F the ego, man. We gonna be humble.
Yeah.
What did my ego bring to my life? What did my ego bring to my life?
Our ego brought us to the point of where we were before we came into the
Exactly.
truth.
So
and it wasn't a good point. In my
Exactly.
case, it wasn't a good point.
Exactly.
So the ego, kill it.
In my case as well, so
Kill
we're
it.
gonna kill our
Kill that.
We're gonna kill that, man.
Dead
brother,
that.
brother, tell me, yo, don't do this, and I know it's not good. Yeah, brother, it's like I'm not doing that. I don't care.
Kill that.
You know what I'm saying? I just want to change. I just want to be good. I want a brother that can help me to be good. That's what I want. I want my brother that always, you know, you want to trim me. Why? And I don't like brother that trim their ways. I don't like it. We gotta be real in this thing. We're gonna be wise. We gotta be real. You know what I mean? So Rock 5 and
15. 1:5. Yeah. So this is the book of Sirach, chapter 5 and verse 15. Be not ignorant of anything in a great matter or a small.
Right. Don't be ignorant. That. Be circumspect. Know what's going on, man. Right now, we know that's measuring the time.
That's right.
You gotta measure the time and know what's going on, and then you know what to, and then you know how to move and what to do, man. Right? People that come around you in the camp and that, you have to know who they are. Study them through the spirit and know what manner of spirit they're made of, man. You know what I'm saying? Very soon, you're gonna have to switch up to them little ones. You know what I mean? You know them ones. You have to switch up to it because, hey, that's how anything we can do to save ourselves. That's what we're gonna do. We're gonna be wise.
Because we have to work our own salvation with all fair and trembling.
And also, will come a time where you might not see the brother that you used to see all the time.
Right. That's right.
But when the time comes where we can't preach anymore, you can't go from point A to point B. There's garrison, there's army there. They will tell you, where are you going? Do you have the poison? I can't even see my brother Raban. We can only talk on the phone. Sometimes it'll be hard to talk on the phone because now, you know what I'm saying?
They'll be hacking in your phone.
And that one is, it used to be my cup of tea, but now it's not, man. I told you I'm getting old now. I need to, you know. I used to love the heavy affairs. But now I like, you know, you have to be, you know, the lightweight, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
All right, so, good. All right. Let's go to Revelation 18 and 23 now. You know? Revelation 18 and 23. Read 18 and 4, and then read 18 and 23, man. So we have to come out of Babylon, man.
So this is the book of Revelation, chapter 18 and verse 4.
We are, my brother.
And I heard another voice from heaven.
And I heard another voice from heaven
saying, come out of her.
Come out of her, man. Come out of Babylon, man. Come out of this system. You know, our women should know how to dress, not wearing trousers and tight, you know. Our men should keep their bed and not eating pork, not eating prawns. Keep the Sabbath and honoring the Most High, man.
That's right.
Because if you don't, you're going to be destroyed very soon. You know? I don't say that I didn't warn you.
That's right.
I did warn you.
That's right.
Me and my brother, we warn you. Every morning we warn you, man.
That's right.
You know, our little daughter, they need to learn how to be daughter of Zion, man. You know what I'm saying? They need to learn how to be daughter of Zion. Our men need to be men and come out of the system. Alright? Go to 23 now.
This is the book of Revelation, chapter 18 and verse 23.
Bring that out.
And it reads, and the light of a candle shall shine no more at all in thee. And the voice of the bridegroom and of the bride shall be heard no more at all in thee. Wow. For thy merchants were the great men of the earth, for by thy sorceries were all nations deceived.
Now, sorcery goes many ways. You got pharmakia. That's why a lot of these Benyamians smoke weed. Because they're the warriors.
Pharmakia actually means sorcery too.
Yeah. They're the warriors. So what Esau did, he put you in that pharmakia mode.
Deep.
So you don't rise up.
Deep. Also rebellion.
Yeah, rebellion.
It's likened unto sorcery too.
Them young boys, them gangs, them goonies, they're rebellion, man.
The rebellion.
You know, if I see a bunch of goonies, I say, yo, come here, let me talk to you. They want to fight me, they want to pull out a gun. But I bet you, I don't know, yeah. They don't do that with me, I don't know why. They don't do that with me.
Yeah. We recognize
you know, they don't do that with the prophet.
Yeah.
But there's a spirit on the prophet.
Exactly.
When I say me, I mean the prophet.
The prophets, I understand.
They don't do that with us, man. They will buck up, but they don't And then we
There's a
tell our
limit,
brother,
yeah.
like, I remember one day, the guy like, your brother, you know, sorry about that. I remember very well, you know, and I was like, yeah, that's the spirit. Because that, see, we got an energy on us, man. So we're the prophet. Who does what we do? No one.
No one.
And the
Literally.
Most High say that I'll make your forehead stronger like them. Because
Like adamant.
Jake is a rebellious guy, so
That's
say
right.
I'll make you tougher like them.
That's right.
That's why we're not scared, man.
That's
we
right.
got no fear. We got the armor one. All right, we got the armor one, man. So the sorcery is the reason why you don't want to follow the Most High, because Esau puts you in a deep sleep, man. He puts you in a deep sleep. You don't want to follow the law. You don't want to hear the law. You want to be a rebel. All right, so that was it for today, man.
That's right.
You know, always coming out, because these times are trying time. We don't even know, you know, in the next season, because they're talking about September. It's going to be a cold summer, man.
It's going to be a cold summer.
It's going to be a cold summer. So we don't know, man. We don't know what's going to happen. We only hope that, you know, the Most High have mercy on us. You know, because we sinners.
Yeah.
We come out, but we sinners. But the difference that we acknowledge our sin and we hate our sin, and we cry and sign, and we want to fight so that the Most High give us more power against our sin, and spiritual power, man. But these times are coming, they want us all poisoned. You know, they want us all to have the club cards.
That's
so
right.
that we can enter the matrix.
That's right.
But some of us don't want to enter the matrix.
That's right.
Man.
That's right.
So it's going to be a war.
That's right.
You know, a spiritual war that is. And also it will become physical at some point. So yeah, we hope that Israel will edify. With that, we will give all praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Waha, Raha, Kodah. Whoa, another day in the office, man.
Another day in the office.
You know what I mean?
Another day in the
You got
office.
something you want to say before we go?
Yeah. What I want to say to Yashala in general is we got to be diligent. We can't be lukewarm. We have to be hot. And the Most High, Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, they prefer you to be cold and lukewarm. So we cannot be lukewarm. We have to gird up our loins. And I'm speaking to the Akwakyam and the Akyam, to the brothers and the sisters, yeah? I'm speaking to the family. We need to be real, we need to do the work, and we need to keep the faith in Yahweh Hashem Yahushua. And that's basically it.
Yeah?
Yep, that's basically it.
With that,
Love you guys.
we are.
Yeah.
The brother Yasharala, we say.